first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Absolutely.
Who are you and what brings you to the event here?
Well, my name is Usman Raja. I am the head of product and partnerships for Island Pay, and we didn't want to miss this opportunity to be here in Barbados and especially meet other like-minded companies and fintechs, innovators, and CEOs to help bring financial inclusion to this market.
Let's break that down a wee bit.
Yes.
I want to know, first of all, Island Pay.
Yes.
What is the problem it's trying to solve in the first instance? For that product, yes. Why the card? What's the problem that you're trying to solve?
Absolutely. So, the Caribbean banking system is full of friction. Accessing or getting an account is a challenge, and then getting the right financial services is a much bigger challenge. So even if you are unbanked or banked, whether your status in society is A or the highest level, people still face a lot of challenges. So the opportunity that Island Pay brings, or even any other digital wallet brings, is that to get an account is seamless. It's almost instant, or at most times it is instant. And then with Island Pay, we have the EMI licenses in the Bahamas. We have a principal membership with MasterCard, and we have a very good relationship with the central bank. And as you know, in the Bahamas, they have the Sand Dollars, which is the first CBDC deployment in the world. So we have all those three components, and because of that, we can leverage all three components: getting an account, getting a MasterCard, and getting a CBDC wallet, all within a few minutes. And that is the real thing that we are doing. We are not a brick and mortar like most of the banks. We are digital first. So unlike other parts of the world where mobile money is prevalent and resourceful, like Kenya, we're not on an agent network based. We have digital kiosks, meaning that you can go at any time, 24/7, 365, with the convenience and safety, knowing that if you put in that money, it's going to be reflected into your account immediately, instantly. So, and we've put in strategic locations throughout the Bahamas. And Bahamas, as most people might not know, it has tons of islands and it's very segregated. So all the banking infrastructure is mostly in Nassau. So people have to come to the main island for financial services. So with it being digital first or being digital only, we tackle that issue and provide financial services throughout the entire country. So as long as you have an internet connection, and Bahamas has the highest penetration of smartphones and internet, we solve that issue pretty easily.
Perfect. I do want to break that down a little bit in terms of so EMI licensing.
Yes.
What's the sort of the process that you had to go through with that? Because that for me has been electronic money has kind of enabled more financial inclusion in every jurisdiction of the world, UK included. Talk me through some of what Island Pay was doing with EMI.
Yeah, absolutely. So we went through that lengthy process of getting an EMI with the Central Bank of Bahamas. EMI is one of those things that that builds trust within the consumers, because if I'm unregulated, why would I trust putting money? Right, like cash is king in most parts of the world. Having to build trust takes forever. Having to lose trust takes an instant. So we didn't want to take any shortcuts. So we went through the lengthy route. We went through the proper channels and we applied for the license. We got the EMI license, and we did the same thing with MasterCard to get the principal membership. EMI also dictates what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. It needs to be regulated. So in terms of KYC. We have tiered KYC, which allows us to enroll anyone with just their mobile number, first name, last name, and address, right? And maybe one other piece of information. And as soon as they do that, they get instant access to a $500 limit account, which is pretty sufficient for quite a lot of people in the Bahamas, as you might have known. But if you want to gather more services, there is a risk involved. So the KYC limits for that, or the KYC requirements for that stipulates that, hey, you must have a national identity card, a passport, or a driver's license to verify that, hey, John is actually John. So we are connected with all the KYC. We do all the KYC background checks with all the databases to verify that, hey, John is actually John. And once it is verified, and instantly it is verified, they can get access to higher limits, including getting a prepaid MasterCard. Now, the other thing with the prepaid MasterCard is we've all of a sudden become an open loop solution, whereas most wallets are a closed loop solution. So that means if you put in money on your account in your wallet, you can put it on a prepaid card. The risk is very low because it is a prepaid card, so you're only putting money as much as you have, and then you can spend it anywhere in the world where MasterCard is accepted. So it is very essential for all the central banks and other players in the market to really understand what the EMI is and help build solutions that cater towards the right requirements and then provide the level of access to the customers or to the consumers.
Perfect, excellent. The last thing I do want to touch on is I want to touch on this event.
Yes.
How have you found this event? What's been some of the highlights for you, and what's the overall energy you're feeling here?
I think for an inaugural event, we're actually mind blown. Like our team was discussing right on day one that, hey, we didn't really come, we didn't know because, coming to a first time event is, you don't know what to expect. But the great part is like, it might not have the volumes in terms of, the bigger conferences, but having 400 or 500 people that are the right people in the right space, in the right region, all working, focusing on similar things. It's been a great thing for us establishing partnerships or establishing or moving the agenda in terms of, there's been a lot of ministers that have attended and we've heard them, they've heard us. So hopefully there's going to be many more conferences being organized by these folks and there's going to be a real change that is going to be beneficial for the entire region, not just for one specific country or island.